Stand up, New York Mets fans. Tonight, it's the New York Mets versus the Chicago Cubs live from Citi Field. And yes, I will be doing this game again tomorrow, as it will be on Roku. Tonight, the Mets face a wild card pitcher in the form of Cade Horton, while the Cubs will face a familiar face, well, at least by their standards, in Tyler McGill. It'll be Crow, Armstrong, Tucker, Suzuki, Bush, Turner, Horner, Swanson. Cubs in their alternate road blue unis. Tyler McGill, record of 3-2 this year, 8th start of the season in 2.50 ERA, 36 innings, 45 strikeouts, 15 walks, only allowed 2 homers all year, and 4. Tyler McGill has really cut down how many pitches he's got in his arsenal. He's predominantly relying on the four-seamer. He's got a slider, a sinker, a changeup, and a curve. Most of the time, he's throwing that four-seamer. McGill trying to shake off a rocky outing last time out against the Cardinals on Sunday. First pitch is a four-seamer to tie, ball 1. Pete Crow Armstrong, 9 homers and 22 RBIs since the 12th. That's a bloop single. Bloop shot in the center, left center base hit. Taylor will cut it off. And Peter Crow Armstrong leads off the game with a leadoff single. All for the Cubs. Kyle Tucker up next. He's got a 46% chance of getting 1 or more RBIs tonight. He's tied for 5th in the NL in the majors with 32 RBIs, and he's batting .306 with runners in scoring position. Tucker's got 10 homers and a .283 batting average in his first 39 for Chicago. Pickoff attempt, that's 1 disengagement. Armstrong, known for stealing, and this Cubs base running score, 48 out of 57, tops in the league in terms of stolen bases, 52nd in attempts. Yes, this team's got legs comparable to the Washington Nationals. Pitch out, throw, gets away. No one's backing it up. That's an E2 on Alvarez, and Crow Armstrong makes it to 3rd. I hate when God punishes me like this. For PCA, that's his 13th steal of the year. And for Alvarez, I don't know what number error that is. He had a missed catch error last night. Which, in hindsight, the Mets are starting to think was a mistake. Ball 2. Check swing, goes around 2-1. I've only called 2 Met games all year this season so far. Once against Toronto, which was a 5-0 shutout, and the game that pissed me off last Sunday against St. Louis in the first game of the doubleheader. Believe me, it pissed me off to no fucking end. 2-1 pitch. Low and in the dirt. 3-1. So McGill right out of the gate. 3-1 is high in ball 4, and if I'm Francisco Alvarez, I'd burn one of the mound visits just to calm Tyler McGill out down. He has been scoreless. He's held opposition scoreless in 14 and 2/3 innings in his last 3 starts, and hitters only hitting 197 on him off him. But now it's Seiya Suzuki up with a chance to get the Cubs on the help the Cubs draw first blood. Over the plate, strike 1. On the sinker. I really wish these people would stop jinxing that sort of shit. ECA at third. Tucker at second. At first. Ground ball up the middle. Through the diving Acuna, and it scores a run. Why, did you have to fucking jinx it? 1-0 Chicago. Runners on first and second. And still nobody out for Chicago. And that ends McGill's scoreless streak at home. First pitch, strike 1 on a 4-seamer. That one's fouled off, so for the first time in the game, McGill's got an 0-2 count on a position, on a hitter. O2 pitch. And he fouls it off. We'll do it again. This year, Cubs are top in runs, tops in ribbies, tops in steals, third in homers, third in OPS, third in slugging percentage so far. O2 in the dirt, but it just bounces in front of Alvarez. No way anyone's going to take off on that. 1-2. Bush goes around, strike 3, and McGill finally records an out. I said I had no interest in calling Backlash. I didn't say I'd watch it. Justin Turner, who has not had a good year, is up next. Former Met. Strike ball 1. Turner's also bounced around to Los Angeles, to Texas, where he won a World Series, to Boston. One. Fouled off. Low and away, 2-2. Full count. And outside on the payoff, ball 4, Tyler McGill is having command issues. Usually when he gets like this, it's going to be a long night for the Mets. Here comes Jeremy Hefner to try to calm him down, and Alvarez heading to the mound to try to calm Miguel down. So it looks like Chicago's doing a bullpen game today. And Nico Horner is up next. Pops it up. Acuna's got it. 2 down. Here's Dansby Swanson. Cubs fan, Mets fans, no stranger to this motherfucker from his time with Atlanta. Swinging. What a throw by Baby, but he's too late to get it. But he's too late to cover it up, and it's now 2-0 Cubs. Too late to get the throw off, and Alonso couldn't hold on to it. It's now 2-0 Cubs. I mean, it would have just been safer for Beatty to just stuff that ball in his pocket. Swat it down. Yeah, he wouldn't have been out even if Alonso did pick that ball off. Infield hit for the Cubs. They're now up 2-0, and the Mets are going to need to play from behind. Something I don't like it when they have to. Strike 1, and McGill is in trouble right out of the chute. Can I ask, why is Mark Vientos not playing third tonight again? Strike 2. Is he hurt or something to where Mendoza has to gamble by playing him as a third, as a DH at best, and a pinch hitter, or to play utility third at worst? What's the deal? Why is Vientos not playing? Hasn't been playing the last handful of games. Does he have an injury? Maybe Mendoza's going out of his way to cover up. I don't know. Ball 1. One, 2. Bounced in the dirt again. 2-2. McGill sees that one's hit hard, but it's foul by Amaya. We'll do it again. And the sinker doesn't sink, and even then, it just misses the outside corner. Full count again. The carousel will be in motion, and at this point, you want to get McGill out of there at any and all costs if it gets real bad, because Mendoza's too busy gambling on the kid. Got him this time, but the damage is done. 2 runs, 3 hits, bags loaded for the Cubs, and error. Cubs draw first blood. Here come the Mets. Bottom 1 coming up. Cubs 2, Mets nothing. In the meantime, out in Cleveland, it seems like plate discipline has vanished from the Guardians as Ranger Suarez, who came into this game with a 17 ERA, back from the injured list, who came into this game with a 7.27 ERA, through 6 innings, through 5 2/3 innings, has only thrown 63 pitches, walked 1, given up 2 hits, struck out 3. Brad Keller will be the starting pitcher for the bullpen game for Chicago. In 15 appearances, he's got a 3.78 ERA, 16 2/3 innings, 18 strikeouts, 6 walks, no homers allowed, and the opposition is hitting 234 off him. The Mets are wearing their City Connect grays, which they wear every Saturday game at home. First pitch to Francisco Lindor, takes one up and in, up and out, strike 1 on the upper outer area, upper outer part of the zone, strike 1. Lindor takes a good cut on that one, but it's going to go foul, 0-2. Way outside, ball 1 on the changeup. One, 2 is fouled off down the first baseline. We'll do it again. Lindor goes down swinging. Strike 3. Swung under it. Here's Juan Soto, who's been picking up the pace with his bat. The problem for me is most of his 8 home runs have been solo bombs. High and away, ball 1. Strike 1. Ball 2. So 1 pitch is up and away again. Just misses the inside part of the plate. 2-1. Takes a massive cut and misses. Payoff, full count. Out of the fastball. Soto pops this one up foul, and it's going to go into the seats behind the plate. Here's what he did last night. His longest homer of the year, a 434 shot onto the Shea Bridge. He's just throwing heaters. Payoff pitch. Soto smashes one. Right center field, but caught by Armstrong as he chases it down towards the warning track. Got it off the end of the bat. Took at least a double away from Soto, and here comes Pete Alonso. I thought for a moment that was going to go. First pitch is at the knees, strike 1 from Keller to Alonso. He has gone pretty cold the last handful of games, despite the fact that his batting average is still over the 300 range. Takes another pitch, 0-2. Alonso fouls that one off down the first base line. We'll do it again. As I mentioned, he's been slowed down. He's slowed down a little bit. 9 homers, 35 RBIs, but he's fallen off a bit of his pace that he ran in April, that he had in April. And he goes down swing on a slider, inning over. So the Mets go down quietly. That's it for Keller. We go to the second, 2-0 Cubs. Better see what I missed. I got that one right at least. John Birdie will lead off. Birdie, a former Met who got shipped out to Chicago last year, mostly due to lack of productivity. Or maybe I was thinking of Joey Wendell. I don't remember which of the two it was. Anyway, there's a photo of Daniel Murphy, former Met who was part of that 2015 NLCS run by the Met, championship squad by the Mets, and was the MVP, homering each of the games in that series. First pitch by Birdie is hit to right at Soda. He'll make the catch, one down. And it's back to the top of the order for Tyler McGill. Where they got knocked out by the Rockies in a wild card matchup. Armstrong singled, stole base, and scored last inning. First pitch takes a big cut and misses straight at the sinker, strike one. That's driven to center, but it's right at Tyrone Taylor. He'll move in the left center and make the catch, two down. Now Kyle Tucker's up. He walked and scored a run back in the first. A game that was blown because Mendoza decided to gamble on a gas Joey Buto and a very Jose Buto and a very lacking in confidence Ryan Stanek, and the Mets ended up losing that game because of Mendoza's boneheaded gamble. 0-1 pitch, swung and missed at a high fastball, 0-2. One, two. Ball two. And the ump won't give McGill the third strike call to get out of the inning, full count. I mean, seriously, this is one of the reasons I think we're going to get robo umps pretty damn soon, especially when these with as old as these umps get. Payoff pitch is popped up, right field to Soto. He'll make the catch. McGill gets a clean inning. It took him a little longer than he wanted to go. It took him 9 pitches to get out of there, but now the Cubs will go to another bullpen arm. 2-0 Chi-Town. 2-0 to the North. 2-0 Northsiders through an inning and a half. Cade Horton will come in now to pitch for the Cubs. First pitch to Nimmo, takes strike one. I don't know why Nimmo was put back in the cleanup spot and instead of being left in the 6 hole when he's not been hitting all that great this year. He's not stacking the count. He's not showing the patience and discipline we normally see from him. His foot injury has been bugging him. 1-2. 2-2. Too high, full count. And Nimmo thought that was ball 4. Instead, the ump calls him out. Strike 3. I mean, seriously, why isn't Nimmo swinging at that kind of a pitch? It's so he could at least fight it off. Cade Horton committed to Oklahoma for baseball and football, but found his calling in baseball when he got drafted number 7 by the Cubs in 2022. Spent this year in Iowa, 6 starts, a 1.24 ERA, and a .86 WHIP. First pitch, swung and a miss by Vientos, who I believe has come on to replace Beatty, or he's playing as a DH tonight. A 1 pitch to Vientos. That's lifted to left to right center. Armstrong calling it off. 2 down. Acuna hits a grounder, trying to chase it up, and down he goes. Olaraf. And another 1-2-3 inning for the Cubby pen. 2 innings complete. Still 2-0 Chicago. What's up, Capitan? You busy with back? You coming in, or are you busy with Backlash? Knowing Rapuccio, he's probably busy with the ladder, but I don't know. Yeah, I thought so. That's what I thought. I don't care. Not really a big fan of soccer. Down the left field line, fair ball into the corner for a double for Peter Crow Armstrong. Or Seiya Suzuki, excuse me. That's driven to left center. That's going to drop. Another run coming home. And Suzuki coming home. At this point, you need to get McGill out of there. 3-0 Cubs. Yeah, this is punishment for me going to bed late last night. Going to bed at 1 in the morning last night. Turner swings and misses, strike one. Last 3 starts, Miguel's been getting pummeled, including tonight. His ERA has been bloated to 6.75 after going in his first 5 with a 1.09 ERA. I blame this on his lack of pitching confidence. That one's popped foul down the first baseline. And it's a trend with Miguel that he tends to slip it up midway through certain. No. Full count. Miguel is not finding good command on his pitches tonight. I mean, we know that Griffin Canning will be on the mound tomorrow afternoon for the Mets. Payoff pitch. It's fouled off. Payoff pitch to Turner. Got him swinging. 1 down. The Mets still need to get some hits off this bullpen. I'm starting to think that plate discipline was thrown out the window again tonight for the Mets. A nasty habit of the team when they get big win by multiple runs in a single game. Clay Holmes, Kodai Senga, David Peterson having career years, but Miguel has been struggling lately. Ball 1 to Nico Horner. Snap throw. Did he get him at second? Yes. And Hold it. We got a challenge. Was Michael Bush caught on the pickoff? Let's see. Got him. That's fouled off. 1 and 2. And strike 3. But the Mets do cough up another run on 2 hits. 2.5 complete. Cubs 3. Mets nothing. The Mets need to wake the fuck up against the bullpen of the Cubbies. I chose to skip it because of how predictable it is, Joey. K. Horn will stay in to pitch the third inning, and he throws a ball one up and away to Brett Beatty. 2 homers, 5 RBIs, including a homer in last night's matchup. 1-0 pitch is low, 2-0. Strike 1. I don't know why the Mets are just being too patient. Strike 2. That one catches the inside part middle in. Beatty will take his batter timeout. Means the Mets haven't lost any games in their City Connect uni so far this year. It took them until June to get a win with those damn things on last year. Or July. Swing and a miss, strike 3 by Beatty. Throw to first, 1 down. That's 7 in a row. Mets in a row retired to start the game by the Cub bullpen duo that started this game. And Horton is doing good, as much as I hate to admit this. But do I think they'll keep him in for the whole game? No. Maybe keep him in past the 5th inning and then pull him at the 6th? Yeah. Here's Francisco Alvarez. He takes ball one, low and out. One one as he fouled it off. Yeah, originally it was supposed to be Shota Imanaga, but he's out with a hamstring injury. 1-1 pitch. Low and away, ball two. And Alvarez gets plunked. Where'd that get him? Oh, it got him in his hand. It got him in his catching hand. Or it got him rather towards the wrist. But either way, the Mets have their first base run of the night, but not the way they wanted to get it. Oh, it got him on the top of the hand. Looks like he's going to stay in. First pitch to Taylor, and he takes strike one. Ball one. One pitch. That's fouled back. 1-2. Lindor waits on deck. Taylor floats one. It's caught by Swanson. 2 down. Oh, they're calling catcher's interference on that. So it's no out. So it got the glove. So Taylor's on via catcher's interference error on Amaya. So the Mets now have runners on first and second, and the tying run now up at the plate in the form of Lindor. Lindor struck out on his first at bat. Let's see if he can rectify that. First pitch in the dirt, ball one. Lindor from the left side of the plate. Swings, hooks it down the third base line, but it's going to hit the seats foul. Golf's one to right center field. Who's going to get it? It's going to be PCA. 2 down. Nobody moves up. Here's Soto. Including last night where he got an RBI single. Takes strike one on the fastball in. Really hate that he doesn't chase the first pitch. I mean, I understand it's a sign of plate discipline, but if it's over in the strike zone, you commit to chasing that fucker. 0-1 pitch. Soto ground ball, scooped up by Horner. He'll flip it to first. Inning over. Mets get no runs, no hits. 1 error committed by Chicago. No hitters still intact for the Cubs. Through 3, 3-0 Cubbies. And Phillies have got this game in the bag. A 14-3 record at home for the Mets. Their best home start since 1986. Strike one from McGill to Swanson. Swanson takes another one, strike two. Ball one. Field, and that one is gone. Swanson smashes one, 4-0 Cubbies. Ball one. Mileps on the left. Nimmo's under this one. One down. Birdie fouls this one off. 1-1. Now Miguel is really letting his ERA bloat like a balloon. Swell up like a balloon lately. Yo, yes, 0-2. North Korea incarnate sometimes. I go to bed real late. And the big guy upstairs doesn't benefit. I don't benefit from the big guy. 0-2, outside 1-2. One, two, 2-2. Popped up. Got him swinging, 2 down. The Mets need to get their bats to wake the fuck up. And Crow Armstrong fouls that one off. Thinking 2. Okay, let's see how bad it is on my account. $508.10. That's what I'm down to. Son of a bitch. Swung on mid, strike 3. Inning over, but damage again still done to McGill. He gives up a solo bomb to Swanson. 3.5 innings complete. Cubs 4, Mets nothing. One to Alonso. He did not go around. 2-1. Alonso fouls that one off. It's fouled up. Fouls it up again. 2-2 from Horton. Here it comes. Up the middle. Big hit for Alonso, and the Mets finally get a hit on the board. Or with a leadoff single by the Polar Bear. Here's Nimmo. In the dirt, but not far enough to where Alonso would even bother to take off from first, 1-0, as it bounced right in front of Amaya. And Nimmo, the motherfucker, pops it up. Infield on the mound. Swanson will be the one to make the catch. Where's your plate discipline, Nimmo? Ugh. 5 to 7 more weeks until we get Winker back. Vientos on the DH tonight. First pitch. Take strike 1. Swing and a miss. Got him with the slot. Chase the slider. 0-2. Vientos lines one to left field. Left center base hit. Alonso's going to hit the brakes. He knows what kind of an arm PCA's got. And the Mets have runners in first and second and one man out. Out once more. Luis Acuna up next. Acuna lines one down the first base line, but it's going to hook foul. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. One in the dirt's going to get away. Alonso's going to head for third. Amaya can't hold on, can't scoop it up to throw him out. And Vientos moves to second. So if anything gets into the outfield, at the very least, it would bring home Alonso. Wild pick on Cade Horton. Two one pitch. And Acuna just chases a slider in the dirt too low and away, 2-2. In the dirt, this time no one's moving up. Full count. No one's moving. Full count. And it's a slider again, and Acuna chases it. Strike 3. Seriously, Luis, why'd you chase the same damn pitch as last time? Brett Beatty up next. Ball 1. One of the biggest weaknesses for the Mets this year has been runners in scoring position. They are not among the better teams, despite what their 25-14 record coming in would tell you. Chases the slider again. I do not understand why the Mets are chasing that fucking pitch. 1-1. One Bay lifts one. Right field and deep. Is it gonna go? Yes! You're back in the game! 4-3! Cubs! Third home run of the year for Brett Beatty. He's got the Mets back in this game. It's 4-3 Chicago. And I think this is now where Craig Counsell is going to give Cade Horton the hook. Or at the very least, he's going to try to calm him down. I was not expecting Beatty to whack that one as hard as he did to right center as it got off the top of the bat, top of the low point of the barrel. Boom. Francisco Alvarez, who got clunked on the top of his hand last inning, is up next. First pitch is low. Ball 1 to Alvarez. Alvarez takes strike 1 on a fastball. Ball 2. Now Horton is just telegraphing every pitch. He's thrown 51 pitches through 2 1/3 that he's been on the mound. Keep in mind, this was a bullpen game for the Cut. This is a bullpen outing for Chicago tonight due to the injury to Shota Imanaga. That one's fouled down the first baseline, 2-2. Well, at best, I'm going to get 4 out of 5 tonight for Backlash to at least make up for the shit heap I had to deal with with Resurgence, where I only got 1 out of 8 right. Technically 7 since Goto Zach ended in a draw. 2-2 pitch, up and away. The slider didn't cut down. Full count. He didn't go down. Full count to Alvarez. Payoff pitch. And Albie pops it up. Shallow set right. Horner under it on the edge of the grass. He'll make the catch. Inning over. But the Mets do get back in the game. 3 runs, 3 hits. A Brett Beatty 3-run bomb to right being the big hit. We're through 4. It's the Cubs 4 and the Mets 3. Land of the fucking cave bear. As for news on Backlash, and for those wondering, I am at least keeping tabs on it, even though I'm not going to review it. I'm not reacting to it. Jeff Cobb has officially debuted tonight in the WWE as a member of Bloodline 2.0. I'm gonna have to try that sooner or later, but I'm guessing that the weight is only supported for the for little kids. I don't know. In any case, top of the fifth coming up, and McGill has to face the top of the order again. This time it's Tucker, Suzuki, and Bush, all of whom have gone on base on him at least once apiece. First pitch, Tucker grounds ball. Acuna snags it, fires the first, one down. One pitch, one quick out for Tyler McGill in the fifth. Ball one. Here's the question if you're the Cubs. Who do you have for the fifth? Horton pitched 3 innings in this game, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits. 1-0 pitch, just catches the inside, 1-1. Two one. Suzuki only making his second career start in left. He's predominantly the DH for the Cubs. I don't know what possessed counsel to do this, but it's quite the gamble when you consider Suzuki's not much of a defense. His defensive track record is very hit or miss when he's in the field. And it looks like Oscar Brazaban getting ready to pitch the sixth if it comes to that. I mean, at best, at worst, he'll come in this inning if McGill pitches himself into trouble again. Foul tip into the glove, strike 3. So that means at minimum, Brazaban is coming in the sixth, not here in the fifth, which I think is the wise move to just get Tyler out of there, off the mound as soon as you can, despite the fact he's only thrown 73 pitches. I mean, you could run the risk of having him out there for the sixth with his pitch count this low, but when you're against the middle of the order, who's basically pummeled him like a made him into their bitch most of this game, including Michael Bush, who's up now. First pitch on the way, strike 1. In the dirt, 1-1 as it bounces. Bush had a single in the third, but he got picked off by Francisco in his last at bat. That's fouled off. So the Cubs got 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 and 1 in the fourth. The Mets got 3 of those 4 runs back last inning on a Brett Beatty bomb. 1-2 is line in the left field. That's going to be a base hit. Nimmo will scoop it up. Second single of the night for Michael Bush. And here comes Justin Turner. And Mendoza will come to give him the hook. I don't understand. I understand this to some levels, but on the other hand, this still feels like gambling to me. I would have at least let Tyler try to get Justin out. Instead, they're going to pull him for Huascar Brazoban. For those wondering, Phillies just beat the Guardians in a shutout 7-0. Or they're about to. 2 more outs and they'll get it. After tomorrow, which is Mother's Day, where the Mets will face Matthew Boyd, some of the Mets have not had to face all that often in their lifetime. Heck, most of them are going to be facing him for the first time tomorrow. By contrast, the only Cubs have not faced Griffin Canning are those who have never been in the NL West, in the American League West. Earcrow Armstrong, John Birdie, Miguel Amaya have to even bother to use them, which is probably not likely. Vidal Brujan. Every other member of the Cub lineup has used him at least once. Faced him once. Tyler McGill leaves after 4 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned 4 walks, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Brazoban, this is his 18th game. He's also started twice in a couple of battery outings. Strike 1. Turner walked in his first at bat. It was one of the 2 walks. That's popped up. Is it going to stay in play? Alonso under it, nearing the backstop near the Met dugout. He's got it, and the Mets dodge the ball, avoid more damage. 1 hit coughed up, but nothing else. Halfway home, 4-3. Cubs can't capitalize on a 2-out hit. Through 4.5, it's the Cubs 4 and the Mets 3. I wonder how bad Pat's getting his ass handed to him by Gunther. Why didn't they make this a street fight? Do more than that, Pat. And we're back. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Cubs, 3 runs, 3 hits for the Mets, and an error for the Mets. Tyrone Taylor leads off, and he takes strike 1. I'm surprised Craig Counsell is leaving Cade Horton in the game. Maybe to get him through this inning so he can get the decision? Perhaps. 1-1. Ball 2. Taylor reached on catcher's interference in his last at bat, so technically it's an E2 that he got. He reached on E2 last time he was at the plate. Mets couldn't do anything with it. 3-1. 3-1 is foul down the third baseline. Hit hard, but it goes foul off the bat down the third base line. Well, full count. Here's the payoff. And that's fouled off, this time going the opposite direction. We'll do it again. Payoff is fouled off again, and we'll do it again. So Taylor is at least battling in this bat. Pop foul, and it's going behind the plate into the seats. We'll do it again. And Taylor goes down swinging on a slider that just catches the outside part of the plate. 1 down. I mean, even if he didn't swing at it, it would have been strike 3 anyway, based on where it caught the plate. Next up is Lindor. He got a single in his last at bat, and later scored on the homer by Beatty in his last at bat back in the third inning. Was it the fourth? I don't remember. Oh, no, wait, he doesn't have a hit tonight. Lindor fouls that one off, 0-1. That's fouled off, 0-2. Oh, 2 to Lindor. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. You just rely on the punts, Pat. Oh, he flew out last at bat. Soto got the hit. Lindor lines one to right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And the tying run now is on first for the Mets. Here comes Soto. Soto's single in his left. Soto has struck out twice. Soto flew out twice in both of his at-bats. And while it's not a runner in scoring position situation, it's still a man in base issue for Soto. First pitch, nope. First disengagement to try to keep Lindor honest. That's 1 used up. Not that he was going to take off that early. Oh, first pitch is high and just misses the zone. 1-0. Ball 2. Council getting the bullpen up and running. 2-0 pitch. And he takes a slider right over the center of the plate. 2-1. Two one. Soto fouls it to the backstop. 2-2. Drew Pomeranz now warming up for the Cubs. Lindor takes off, but it's fouled off the. What? Lindor gets the steal, but poor timing and judgment by Soto leads them getting tagged out. There's nothing Mendoza can do about it. Pat's out at this point. Just stop the damn match. Alonso up next, running scoring position, 2 out. Lindor does get the stolen base, his 5th of the season. Or is it his 6th? I don't know. First pitch. Slider low and away, ball 1. One 0 pitch. In the dirt, 2-0. Two 0 pitch. Ball 3. Question is, what do you throw Pete here? Do you throw him a fastball over the plate, or you keep spamming the slider if you're Cade Horton? 3-0 on the way. Fastball, and Pete takes it. Strike 1. He thought it was ball 4, but it caught the corner. 3-1 pitch on the way. Lines one. Snatched by Birdie, and that ends the inning. The Mets get a runner to second, but nothing else. Kate Horton done after 4 innings. We go to the 6th. 4-3, Chicago. The sleeper is what put Gunther out. Put Pat out. Tough break for Pat McAfee. How did that one go? $14 minutes and 5 seconds. Seriously? In any case, Oscar Brazaban back on to pitch the 6 and ball 1 to Nico Horner. Was the 3-run bomb. He coughed up the bait. He gave up the Beatty. Horner pops this one up behind the backstop, 1-1. Behind the seats. Behind the plate and into the seats, 1-1. If Birdie wasn't playing in that spot where he needed to be, you know this would have been a tie game and given him Lindor's speed down the base paths. But he was in the right spot to catch that liner. Swan a miss by Horner, 1-2. Let's close this out. One, two. Popped up. Is this going to stay fit in play? No. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 down. As Horner chases the slider well in the dirt. Dansby Swanson up next. This is a guy who's no stranger to Brazaban from their times in Atlanta and Miami, respectively. Of course, Swanson crushed a solo bomb off of Miguel back in the 4th inning, which is why the Cubs have 4 runs to the Mets 3. Ball 1. This one's fouled off. Alvarez not going to be able to get it as it goes behind the plate, goes over the backstop and into the seats, 1-1. Strike two. Congratulations to the Swansons. 1-2 pitch. Swung and a miss at the changeup low. Strike three. And for those wondering why I'm switching to my glasses, my left eye is twitching a little bit. While I'm putting my glasses on, my left eye is starting to twitch a little bit. Strike one to Amaya. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Amaya steps out of the batter's box. Fouled off to the backstop. We'll do it again. I'm just going to stress, I don't wear these all that often as I used to. Back in 2020, 2021, I did wear these a lot more frequent. 19 to 21, I did wear these a lot more frequently until I realized my eye doctor chain of optometrists are a bunch of frauds. I only wear these occasionally now. And most of the time, it's going to be for cosplay. Another shot, another pitch, change up, foul to the backstop. Oh, and Genesis Cabrera looks like he'll be ready for the seventh inning. 0-2 pitch again. This one is low, and changeup is low, and Amaya doesn't chase after it. 1-2. Maya hits this one to center. Taylor is under it, and he will make the catch. 1-2-3 inning, and 1-2-3 go the Cubs. Sixth inning up next for the bottom of the sixth coming up. It's Nimmo, Vientos, and Beatty. It's Nimmo, Vientos, and Angel Acuna due up for the Mets. As we go to the bottom of the sixth. 5.5 complete. It's Chicago 4. It's the Cubs 4. The Mets 3. June paycheck doesn't come until 13, 27, 11, 8, 22nd, 5th, 19th, 3rd, 17th, 14th, Black Friday, 12th, Kwanzaa, which is March, 9th, 6, 6, again, 3rd, 17th, 1st. Nimmo popping the foul ground. Birdie's not going to get it. 0-1. Nimmo lines one. Left field base hit. Scooped up. And Nimmo will stop it first with a leadoff single. Well, Suzuki will scoop it up. Third base has been a problem spot for the Cubs. They've had Matt Shaw, John Birdie, Gage Workman, Nicky Lopez, Vidal Brujan, and Justin Turner. 8 errors from this spot. 194 collective average amongst the players that have been in that spot. That's second worst in the MLB this year. Vientos fouls that one off. 0-1. Vientos helped get the Mets on the board with a single, and then he later scored on the Beatty bomb. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Vientos doesn't even bother to fight it. 0-2. Tolerance is 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. Nimmo's not going to take off on that. Nimmo takes off. The throw. Safe! 2-2. Who's on first? Career starts at first base for the Sox, which will be next week's game. Rafael Devers, none. Abraham Torto, 14. Rami Gonzalez, 32. Much like how the Cubs are having problems finding someone to fill in the hot corner, the Red Sox are having issues with the cold corner, first base. 2-2 to Vientos. That's pop foul going out of play down the first base line. We'll do it again. Final hole, Vientos, and we can tie this fucker up. And Vientos goes down swinging. You son of a bitch. Swung under it. Took a massive cut, but he cut under it. Luis Angel Acuna up next. And he takes outside, ball 1. Yankees lost 11-7 today to the A's out in Sacramento. 7-1 to Boston, top bottom 7 in Kansas City. 1-0 pitch to Acuna. Lines 1, gonna drop. The throw just got him, And Nimmo doesn't even move to second. Move to third. Why? Seriously, Nimmo, why didn't you take off? I mean, if it was going to drop, why didn't you run for it, you motherfucker? Damn right it is. First pitch to Beatty, and he takes strike one, a heater over the plate, over the middle of the plate. Owen pitch, fouled off. Beatty takes his time out. Beatty lines one left field, but it's caught by Suzuki to end the inning. So the Mets only get a hit, and Nimmo, unwilling to move from second to third, costs them. Still 4-3 Chicago through 6. Which is one of the main reasons I didn't bother with it. It'll be Birdie, PCA, and Tucker. Let's see if it's still Brazaban or if they swapped him out for Hennessy Cabrera. Still Brazaban. I mean, we know Cabrera is waiting in the wings for the Mets to come in to pitch. Low and away fastball, ball one. Ground ball off the top of the bat. Acuna flings it to first, one down. Oh, the Guardians got one run, so it wasn't a shutout in Cleveland tonight. So it was 7-1. And Brazaban is getting the hook. Here comes Hennessy's Cabrera. Well, thanks for the raid. Not that there's anybody of your group that's in here, dude. Hello, Jonathan. Again, I wouldn't really call two people a raid, in all fairness. Too bad emos are very territorial and easy to distract. The trade the Mets do have. And I do want to stress that, in my view, in hindsight, was a trade the Mets may regret now. PCA struck single to lead off the game, stole a base, and then scored back in the first in the 2-run first for the Cubs. Second pitch from Cabrera, fouls it off, 1-1. 1-1. Swing and a miss, chased the curve that went down. 2-1, 1-2. And Armstrong, infuriated with himself as he pops it up in the shallow left. Nimmo under it. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Tucker fouls that one down the first base line, 1-0. 0-1. I can actually get away with that. PCA smacks one off center. Taylor at the edge of the track makes the catch. It's time to stretch. Clean inning for the cut. Clean inning for Met pitching. Stretch time. 4-3 Chicago. 4-3 Chicago. Take me. We miss you, Nikolai. God bless America, my home, sweet home. And now Palencia comes on the pitch. First pitch, swing and a miss by Alvarez, strike one on the fastball high and in. This is Daniel Palencia. This is 10th appearance, 1.69 ERA, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks, over 10 and 2/3 innings. Another swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Is Alvy going to chase this time? Nope, 1-2. I mean, I think this is the pattern with Palencia. His pitches have been going too high. And again, high and out fastball, and Alvy swings at all of them. 1 down. It's all gas, and I don't know why the hell Alvy is chasing that many pitches high and out. You know he's just going to spam that motherfucker, so why chase it? Tyrone Taylor up next. Let's see what he's got. He takes another fastball, this one in the zone, strike one. And Daniel Palencia's chain snapped in half. Or one of them snapped in half, so he'll just get it removed, take it off. Oh, the rosary fell off. Funny. Slider, 91 miles an hour, and it doesn't even catch the plate. 1-1. Tyrone Taylor's only at bat so far. All right, he reached on catcher's interference in the 3rd inning. Well, official at bat. He's also walked again on base, I think. One driven to right. Is it going to fall? I mean, the center. Yes, it falls. Base hit. Taylor hits the brakes. He'll land on first with a single, chasing the high fastball. To the 2005 World Series, the now new Pope of the Catholic Church, Grand Pope, right there, Far left. Taylor, known for his recklessness on the base paths, plenty of fire to try to cut him off, but he gets back to first safely. Come on, Lindor, just get it into the gap. Just get it down the line. Strike one. I mean, it's all straight gas with an occasional slider from this guy. Ball one. Lindor singled in the fifth and got a stolen base in that inning, but Mets couldn't move him up. Take off attempt number 2 to first. One more, and it's a balk. And it'll be a balk on Palencia, and Taylor would move to second by default. Lindor calls time. He uses up his timeout. A fair hit that results in progress. That one's fouled off. Or at least a hit that brings home the run. And that's fouled off again by Lindor. Taylor will have to go back to first. That's fouled off down the opposite direction. And again, Taylor has to go back to first. Mets came into this up 2.5 on Philadelphia. But with the Philly win over the Guardians, it's now down to 2. And a loss would cut it down to a game and a half. Soto waits on deck. Did that one hit him? No, it did not. Full count. I thought that hit Lindor for a second. Payoff pitch. Outside and high, ball 4. Runners on first and second for Soto. And again, this is not a situation where Soto has been good most of this year. He's 5-33 in these situations. Infielders pinch back. We move in to try to get the double play ball. So for Soto to even have a remote chance of getting the run home, he's got to hit into the outfield in the air, but make sure he doesn't hit hard enough to where it's a line shot to the outfielders. Cade Horton, 3 runs given up, 5 strikeouts, a walk, 3 hits. Dansby Swanson, 2 for 3 with a solo in the 4th. Brett Baty with a 3-run homer in the 4th. Bomb 7-1 out. Let me get a tissue. First pitch is high, ball one. Is high and out, ball one. Alonso waits on deck, and Nimmo's in the foxhole. 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0 on the slider that doesn't even clip the shoes. Two-0 pitch. Just catches the inside part of the plate, 2-1. Two one just misses, 3-1. Again, Alonso waits in the wings. Soto looking for something to smack. Swings and he fouls it to the backstop. Full count. And he goes down swinging. Tipped into the glove on a slider, I think. Let me just see. Yep, it was a slider. Alonso, ground ball, scooped up, and force out. 2 on with 1 out, but again, runners in scoring position have been an issue. Situations have been an issue for the Mets. 7 innings complete, 4-3 Chicago. Which means it'll be Nimmo, Vientos, and Acuna due up for the Mets in the 8th. And then you got Alvarez, Taylor, and Lindor in the 9th. If it gets that far. I mean, Beatty, Alvarez, and Taylor in the 9th. What a bullshit way to end an Intercontinental title match. Just end the bullshit El Grande Americano storyline, which you already WWE. You're not fooling everybody. No one wants to be in on anybody, and nobody wants to be in on the joke, so to speak. First pitch is a strike to Seiya Suzuki. And it's Max Kranick who comes on for the eighth. Interesting choice by Mendoza. I think he's overusing Kranick. Swing and a miss on the sweeper, 0-2. Ground ball. Bay scoops it up, fires to first. Got him, one down. Kranick in 15 games, 2-1 record, 3.18 ERA, 22 2/3 innings pitch. He's only walked one, struck out 15. So he's been a good, reliable utility arm in the bullpen for the Mets. Bounces one in the dirt, 0-1. 1-0 to Bush. One 0. Bounces again. Bounces the curve in the dirt again. 2-0. Bush has singled twice and gotten a run in on one of them. Ball 3. Strike 1. Merriweather loosening up, and that's ball 4 to Bush. Only the second walk issued by Kranick this year. Now we don't have a ref. Never mind. Popped up and foul. 1-0-1. Yeah, their next series will be a 3-gamer against Pittsburgh, then a day off, and then they'll play the Yankees in Yankee Stadium before they head out on the road again. 1-1. It's popped up. 1-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two and two. That's popped up. Alonso waving off Acuna. 2 down. Uh-oh. I don't blame Randy for being pissed. And Horner takes ball 1. Line in the left field, base hit. This is going to move the runner up. But Bush will hit the brakes and stop at second. Damn it, truth. Yeah, that coming. Just like WrestleMania. And thanks to a dim-witted R-Truth, John Cena retains the WWE Championship. And I put emphasis on dim-witted. Ball 2. San Diego's just killing Colorado. It's turning into a joke out at Coors. In the dirt, 3-0. Mets and the Cubs. Oh, and the Tigers. Forgot about them, actually. 3-0 pitch. Takes strikes one. Swanson takes strike 1. But if I'm Kranich, I gotta get calm. If I'm Alvarez, I can't go out there to the mound and try to calm Kranich down because Amaya's up next. And ball 4. Now do you go out there and calm down Kranich? Because he's given up a walk, hit, and walk after getting the first 2. And here come Hefner and Alvarez to try to calm him down. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, NASCAR and FS1 live from Kansas Motor Speedway. Got Busher at first, Horner at second, and Swanson at first. First pitch swinging, that's going to bring him to 6-3 Chicago. And once again, bullpen gambling by Carlos Mendoza bites the Mets square in the ass. It's now 6-3 Chicago. or he bounces one to a lot. So he'll have to throw the second to get the force out, but not before collateral damage done. Instead of being down one, the Mets trail by 3 going into the bottom of the 8th. Once again, it's Chicago 6, New York 3, and I'm taking the specs off. Now, do I think Truth is going to give it? Cena's going to give his gratitude to Truth? No. Is he going to call him out for being this Monday on Raw or this Friday on SmackDown, whichever one it is? Is Truth going to? Is Cena going to give Truth his flowers for helping him win tonight, retain the title tonight? No. No. Is he going to rip Truth a new asshole? Basically tell him to get out of his dumbass little fantasy calling Cena his childhood hero when he's 5 years, when Cena is 5 years his junior, and basically telling him to fuck off and legitimately mean it to break R-Truth's heart this Monday on Raw? Yes. And this Friday on SmackDown out in Greensboro? Yes. And no one could blame me for saying that. Nikki Lopez will come into play in place of Birdie at third. One. Chop foul. Popped up. Down the third base line. Is it going to stay in play? No, it hits the net. It's foul. And I need to stress, once a ball hits that net, it's dead. Check his swing, and he didn't hold up. Strike 3. And it's Merriweather. It's Julian Merriweather now on. Vientos takes strike 1 on the slider. Doesn't even bother to chase it. 0-1. This one's lying to center. That's going to drop for another base hit for Vientos. Anel Acuna up next, and at the very least, this will move the batting order back to the top in the 9th inning, unless Acuna hits into a double play. Strike 1 to Acuna, who's over 3 tonight. He struck out, grounded out twice. He popped up and grounded out. That's fouled off down the third base line. One, two. And down staring at goes Acuna. Taylor up next. Or Beatty, I should say. Beatty has the only run scored for the Mets. The 3-run bomb back in the 4th that got the Mets on the board. Ball 1. Two and 0. There have been no doubles for the Mets. The only extra base hit they've had is the Beatty bomb. Every other hit has been a single. Swing and a miss in the fastball, 1 and 2. 2 and 1. Or Mets need 4 now to win this. I don't mean just the number 4. I mean 4 runs for a total of 7. 3 and 1. Base smacks 1. Left field. Going back. Track. Whoa. He's done. Game 6 to 5. Second and 9th. This time he goes opposite field. And this time, Beatty goes opposite field for his 4th homer of the year. Tiny amount he had last year before he got sent down for the rest of the year. 6-5 Chicago. And the Mets get those 2 runs back. 3 homers in this series for Beatty. Strike one to Alvarez. Alvarez grounds one right to Swanson. He'll fire it, and that ends the inning. But the Mets do manage to get the 2 runs they coughed up back on 2 hits, but nobody stranded. Through 8, it's the Chicago Cubs 6 and the New York Mets 5. The question is, if you're the Mets, do you keep Max Kranick in? In my view, no. That's too big of a gamble. On the other hand, who do you put in? Do you bring in Ryan? You used up Ryan Stank and Jose Butto last night. Denadel Nunez, Ryan Stank, and Jose Butto last night. You got to go to either Reed Garrett or Edwin Diaz tonight. Sounds like they're bringing in Diaz. And he takes strike, and he throws the heater, strike 1. Ball 1. Fouled off, 1-2. Now, Diaz is not on for a save decision. He's out there just to hold the Cubs down. Because look at who's up next for the Mets going into the bottom of the 9th. It's basically Tyrone Taylor and then back to the top with Lindor and Soto. Ball 2 to PCA. Popped up, right field. Soto going under it, coming on, and he makes the catch. 1 down, almost popped out, slid out of his glove. It'll be Porter Hodgson coming on the pitch for the Cubs to close it out. Especially with Ryan Presley having pitched last night. Ball 1 to Kyle Tucker. But it is a damage control situation. Tucker lips one slider that's popped up. Acuna under it and shallow right. 2 down. Because of one man, and that's Brett Beatty. A 2-run homer in the 4th that got him within 1, 4-3. And now, just a little while ago, 1 in the 8th to make it 6-5. Say Suzuki takes strike 1 on the corner, but barely. Ball 1. That's pop foul, 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Diaz gets the 1-2-3 inning to at least give the Mets a fighting chance. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Cubs 6, Mets 5. It'll be Taylor, Lindor, and Soto due up. Can the Mets do anything with it? We're going to find out. Carrying the load, Swanson and Maya tonight. 3-7, 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. 4 RBIs between them. Porter Hodge, 7. This is his 18th appearance. 1 for 3 in save opportunities this year. 2-0 record, 4.50 ERA. First pitch to Taylor is high. Ball 1 with the sweeper. Taylor doesn't even bother to chase it. Oh, it's Jeff McNeil who's come on to pinch hit. My bad. Pitch 2 is pop foul behind the plate. 1-1 into the seats. I guess they're going to use McNeil, and they're going to shift. If it gets to extras, they're going to shift McNeil to left and move Nimmo to center. That's fouled off again. 1 and 2. Again, if it gets that far, just get on base, you son of a bitch. Way upstairs, 2 and 2. Wouldn't matter if that was a pass ball, as there was nobody on base anyway. McNeil fouls another one off, this one down the third baseline. He's at least fighting, I'll give him that much. Two-two pitch, hit down the right field line. That's going to be a foul ball. See, yep, that's definitely foul. If that landed fair, would have been a double at least for McNeil. Two-two. Way upstairs with a fastball, full count. McNeil will take his time out. Fouled off, and it hits the mask of the cat. It's the catcher. It's the umpire's mask off. We'll do it again. And it's low, ball four, tying run at first, winning run coming to the plate in the form of Francisco Lindor. Easy for you to say, Austin Aries. You've been banned from ring competition for years, dude. I mean, the only reason MLW brought you in was for commentary purposes. Here's Lindor. For those wondering, Azteca Underground. Strike one as he just takes one over the plate. As long as Lindor doesn't hit into a deep plate P, then Alonso has a shot to get on. Cuts and misses at one, low and away, 0-2. And that was such a big cut. Lindor calls time. I want to see a blue dot that says in play no out or in play run. 0-2 pitch. He doesn't go after it. 1-2. Slider back. Throw. Double play. And this is not what the Mets wanted. 1-6-3. It was bounced right back to the mound. Lodge got Lindor to chase the pitch he needed. It was a fastball. It was an out middle in sweeper. And Soto flies one back foul, 0-1. So Soto was the last chance for the Mets to keep this game alive after that little fuck up by Lindor. Soto struck out twice. He's flown out and he's grounded out. Can he get on base at the very least? Ball 1. Low in the dirt, 2-1. Ball 3. Do you challenge him with a fastball 3-1, or do you walk him to try to get trick Alonso? That's the question here. I say you go after him. 3-1 pitch. Low rolling grounder. Scooped up. Game over. Cubs win 6-5. Same fucking score as last time. Damn it. I want to thank everyone who showed up. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow for the Mother's Day game at noon on Roku TV. Goodbye. This is Mets 2128 signing out. Goodbye. And good fucking night. Bang.